bor ekan.
跟小孩一样。
Hola,
Please take your seats. We will start in 2 minutes. Thank you. Okay. Last call. Okay, the event will start in 1 minute. Thank you very much. Please take your seats. Everybody, please take your seats.
Hurmatli mehmonlar, iltimos hammani o'z joyini egallashini so'raymiz. Tadbirimiz 1 daqiqada boshlanadi. Hurmatli mehmonlar, iltimos hamma o'z joyini egallashini so'raymiz. Tadbirimiz 1 daqiqada boshlanadi. Rahmat. Hurmatli mehmonlar, hammadan iltimos qilamiz o'z joylarini egallashini. Tadbirimiz boshlanish arafasida. Iltimos. Chap tomonda, o'ng tomonda joylarimiz bor. O'rta qatorda turganlar iltimos, chap o'ng tomonga o'tib o'tirib olinglar. Rahmat.
I will never find a friend for myself. What should I do? I've got it. I will create a robot friend for myself.
Welcome. have a problem.
I introduce you to my creator. I will be your friend. What would you like?
Wonderful. Let's dance. Oh, what happened? Artificial intelligence, help us.
Okay, here are suitable options for you.
Well, here I am, alone again. What should I do?
Hi.
Hello.
If you want, I can become your best friend.
Of course, I have always dreamed of having a best friend.
Welcome to ICT Week Uzbekistan 2025.
Okay. Okay. Welcome to Uzbekistan. Welcome to Tashkent. And welcome to witness where the Silk Road meets the digital zone. Welcome to feel the momentum of transformation built on tradition. And welcome to experience the vibrant new era of old and new, creating powerful things, both ancient and true. Happy New Uzbekistan ICT Week 2025, everybody!
O'zbekiston va poytaxtimiz Toshkentga xush kelibsiz. Bu yerda buyuk Ipak yo'li raqamli tong bilan tutashayotganiga guvoh bo'lasiz. An'analar asosida qurilayotgan o'zgarishlar ruhini his etasiz. Qadimiy va zamonaviy qadriyatlar uyg'unlashib, kuchli va haqiqiy yangi davrni yaratmoqda. ICT Week 2025 barchangizga muborak bo'lsin.
Assalamu alaikum, distinguished guests and speakers, ladies and gentlemen, friends and colleagues. Very nice and exciting good morning for all of us here in Uzbekistan and also for those who are joining us across the globe through social media. My name is Mohammed. I'm an ICT lover, believer, strategist, activist, if you will. And I am very thankful and grateful to be invited again to co-host this event with Armina. Thank you so much for those 20,000 plus people who participated in this event. I understand everybody's eyeing opportunities, investment, innovation, maybe conversations, facts, and that's all great. But I'm also eyeing to celebrate two things. First of all, celebrating ICT as a remarkable era, as a lifeblood for our lives. That's number one. Number two, celebrating the regional leadership of Uzbekistan in this region. Leader in AI, transformation, talents, digital technologies, you name it. And that's great. So we're here to celebrate. Let's recognize that, benefit from that, and invest that.
Assalomu alaykum hurmatli mehmonlar, hamkorlar, do'stlar va hamkasblar. Bugun biz bilan birga shu yerda bo'lgan va butun dunyo bo'ylab onlayn tarzda qo'shilgan barchangizni chin dildan qutlaymiz. Barchamiz uchun quvonchli tong. Mening ismim Armina va yana bir bor Muhammed bilan birgalikda ushbu ochilish marosimini olib borayotganimdan minnatdorman.
Ladies and gentlemen, time and energy are the most two important things in our lives. And Uzbekistan government is wasting no time and putting all of the energy to transform Uzbekistan and to make ICT technologies easily accessible to every person and every organization, and to create this fertile soil for innovation and investment for everybody. Uzbekistan has made remarkable strides and built powerful digital economy, and guess what? We're only just getting started. Why? Because of those wonderful wide base of ICT talents who are not only skilled, but also full of passion and energy to create something great for themselves and their countries. So Uzbekistan is a regional leader.
Xonimlar va janoblar, vaqt va energiya hayotimizdagi eng muhim qadriyatlar. O'zbekiston hukumati esa vaqtni boy bermay, mamlakatni tubdan o'zgartirish va raqamli texnologiyalarni hamma uchun ochiq qilish yo'lida faol ishlamoqda. O'zbekiston kuchli raqamli iqtisodiyotini barpo etishda yuksak natijalarga erishdi va bu hali boshlanishi xolos. Bugun O'zbekiston Markaziy Osiyoda raqamli transformatsiya yetakchisidir. Endi strategiya, g'oya, fidoyilik va amaliy ishlar haqida gapirgan ekanmiz. Marosimni rasman boshlash fursati yetdi. Kelinglar, barchamiz O'zbekiston Respublikasi raqamli texnologiyalar vaziri janob Sherzod Shermatovni sahnaga taklif qilamiz.
Okay, so mentioning passion and energy and everything, I think this is the time to check facts and real numbers. So for that, we have the right person who can let us know things firsthand. So it's a great honor to welcome to the stage His Excellency, the Minister of Digital Technology and the National Chief of Information Technology. And let's welcome to the stage His Excellency, Mr. Sherzod Shermatov, everybody.
O'zbekistonda ertangi kuniga zamini raqamlashtirish hamma sohada.
Uzbekistan is entering a new phase of digital transformation. Under the leadership of President Shavkat Mirziyoyev, digitalization has become a national priority, unlocking the country's path toward technological progress. In 2023, Uzbekistan ranked first in the world for safety perceptions, building trust and creating a foundation for digital growth. Uzbekistan's ICT sector is growing at record speed. Enterprises with foreign capital grew 8.4 times. IT Park members expanded 21 times. In the Global ICT Development Index, Uzbekistan rose 37 places. Since 2017, our ICT ranking improved by 24 positions. Mobile internet speed climbed 65 places. IT services exports soared from just $600,000 in 2017 to $901 million in 2024. Today, Uzbekistan exports IT services to 90 countries worldwide. The startup ecosystem is thriving. Over 600 startups valued at $1.2 billion, including 2 unicorns. Between 2020 and 2025, Uzbek startups raised $352 million, with $265 million in 2025 alone.
IT Park rezidentlariga barcha turdagi soliqlarni to'lashdan ozod etish bo'yicha imtiyozlar 2040-yilgacha uzaytiriladi.
Uzbekistan now ranks first in Central Asia, second globally for startup ecosystem growth. E-government services are expanding. Uzbekistan moved up 24 positions in the UN E-Government Development Index from 87th to 63rd. Uzbekistan is emerging as a regional hub for IT and innovation, a story of modernization, transparency, and global integration. The mission is clear: to improve lives through AI and digitalization. By 2030, Uzbekistan aims to achieve $5 billion in IT exports, 300,000 IT specialists, and entry into the world's top 30 in e-government. Become part of this story of safety, progress, and innovation shaping the future of Uzbekistan and the digital world.
Assalomu alaykum. Hurmatli axborot kommunikatsiya texnologiyalari haftaligiga kelgan mehmonlarimizni sizlarni bugungi tadbirda ko'rganimizdan juda xursandmiz. Good morning, dear guests. I'm very much honored to welcome you. In order not to bother you with all the facts, I decided to put the video first, because this video clearly explains how Uzbekistan is going through this kind of transformation. turli xil nima deydi raqamlar bilan sizlarni og'irlashtirmaslik uchun birinchi tashkilotchilardan videoni qo'yishni so'radim, chunki videoda hammasi aniq ko'rinib turibdi. Qanaqa O'zbekistondagi oxirgi yillardagi bo'lgan o'zgarishlar va bu o'zgarishlarni asosi qayerdan boshlanganligi. Mana birinchi aytadigan narsamiz bu siyosiy iroda deymiz. Tasavvur qiladigan bo'lsak, vaqt juda tez o'tyapti. Mana 17-yilda qanaqa oldinni ko'ra bilish, oldindan shu O'zbekistonni IT hubga aylantirish g'oyasi kelgani uchungina hozir biz sizlar bilan 1 milliard eksport yoki 5 milliard eksportga chiqish haqida gapirishimiz mumkin. Lekin o'sha paytda agar shunaqa katta maqsad qo'yilmaganda, o'sha paytda agar shunaqa oldimizga bir nima deydi sharoitlar yaratish bo'yicha g'oya bo'lmaganda, hozir sizlar bilan biz bu yerda bu narsani nishonlab o'tirmagan bo'lardik. Biz hammamiz birgalikda mana sohani tajribali rahbarlar o'tiribdi. Qaysidir bitta biriktirilgan viloyatda paxta terishga chiqqan bo'lardi. Shuning uchun bu ham alohida e'tiboriga esdan chiqarish kerak bo'lmagan narsaligini men bir eslatib qo'ymoqchi edim. Shuning uchun mana prezidentimiz o'sha 17-yilda O'zbekistonda mana double landlocked country deydi. Ya'ni ikki tomonlama kamida ikkita davlatni kesib o'tish kerak okeanga chiqish uchun. Xo'p, aholi o'syapti. Aholi o'syapti. Endi bu aholimizga qanaqa ishchi o'rin yaratamiz degan g'oyani oldiga surganlarida albatta bizani yoshlarimizni, talantli yoshlarimizni, iste'dodli yoshlarimiz chet elga qiynalib ish o'rin topish emas, o'sha chet eldagi ishchi O'zbekistonga olib kelamiz degan g'oyani oldimizga surdilar va shuning natijasida mana O'zbekiston IT hubga aylanib bormoqda. Back in 2017 when His Excellency was clearing this mission to vision to our team, Uzbekistan was a double landlocked country, still is a double landlocked country, and we have a very huge demographic growth. And there was a challenge, how to create highly paid jobs in this country. So instead of letting people go to find jobs elsewhere, our president decided to create enabling conditions in Uzbekistan to bring those companies to Uzbekistan, to create the highly paid jobs. And now we are here witnessing all the results of these visionary reforms set forth by our president. And since then, you can see Uzbekistan is rapidly growing in terms of GDP. And it's one of the fastest growing countries in this region, in the world in general, because there are not so many countries which are experiencing around 7% GDP growth. But I would like you to pay attention to this graph that where ICT sector grows much faster than the GDP. We are growing about 3.7 times, almost faster than the GDP, and it's one of the fastest growing sectors in the whole CIS region. Why? Because of this political support, because of all the systemic approaches, all the reforms which were done by the government. And every month when I report to the president, it's very difficult to answer the question, what else do you need to support to the growth of your sector? This is a very tough question to answer. And I think that today's ICT Week will help us to identify the further steps to be taken for us to develop this ICT and AI and overall digitization in Uzbekistan. And ma aytib o'tmoqchi bo'lgan narsam, mana O'zbekiston oxirgi yillarda butun MDH davlatlari orasida deymiz yoki umuman ko'p dunyoning davlatlari orasida juda yuqori tempda o'sib kelyapti. Mana 7% o'rtacha yalpi ichki mahsulot o'sayotgan davlatlar dunyoda kam. Lekin shuning ichida ham aynan prezidentimizning IT sohasiga bo'lgan e'tiborlari tufayli IT sohasini o'sishi yalpi ichki mahsulot o'sishidan 3 baravardan ortiq tezroq o'syapti. Nega? Chunki har doim prezidentimiz u nafaqat yuqori maqsad qo'yadilar. Doim so'rab turadilar. Ya'ni sizlarga nima kerak? Yana sohani rivojlantirish. Mana o'tgan haftaning o'zida ham prezidentimizning ikkita qarorlari bo'yicha IT park rezidentlariga qo'shimcha imkoniyatlar yaratildi. Har oy deyarli davlat rahbariga hisobot beradiganimizda birinchi beradigan savollari, xo'sh, sizlarga yana nima kerak shu sohani rivojlantirish uchun? raqamlashtirish rivojlantirish, startaplarni rivojlantirish, sun'iy intellektni rivojlantirish uchun. Shu savolga javob berish juda qiyin. Shuning uchun ham mana bu AKT haftaligida ishtirokchilaridan men iltimos qilmoqchi bo'lgan narsam ham kelinglar birgalikda shu savollarga javob beringlar va AKT haftaligi natijasida davlatimiz rahbariga shu yo'nalishda yana qo'shimcha takliflar bo'lsa shuni beringlar. Shuning uchun ham bu yilgi AKT haftaligida biz ko'proq e'tiborni aynan muhokamalarga qaratdik. Ya'ni faqatgina bir ko'rgazma emas, bir 30 ga yaqin turli xil muhokamalar. Mana bu zal bor, undan tashqari yana ikkita zal bor, undan tashqari vazirlikning o'zining zali, Inha universitetiniki 21-maktab shkola 21, uni zallari bor va hokazo. Ya'ni 30 ga yaqin turli xil sohadagi muhokamalarda mamlakatimizni yanada rivojlantirish bo'yicha nima g'oyalar, nima takliflar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, bizning komandamiz shu yerda tayyor. Sizlar bilan birgalikda uni eshitib, yana kelgusi takliflarni beramiz. Albatta, bu o'sishi umumiy sohani o'sishidan tashqari boshqa ko'rsatkichlarimiz ham bor. Mana birinchi navbatda bu xorijiy kapital ishtirokidagi kompaniyalar kelishi. Prezidentimiz aynan yuqori daromadli ishchi o'rin yaratish uchun chet eldan kompaniyalarni O'zbekistonga keladigan sharoit qilib berdilar. Oldinlari bilimi bor, g'oyasi bor odamni yuqori daromadli ish topish uchun faqat imkoniyati ayniqsa hududda bo'ladigan bo'lsa Toshkentga, Toshkentdan keyin chet elga ketishadi. Hozir ko'z tegmasin, chet elda yurgan talantlar ham O'zbekistonga kelyapti. Ya'ni nafaqat o'zbeklar, boshqa millat vakillari, boshqa davlatda fuqarolari ham O'zbekistonga kelib, O'zbekistonda o'zini biznesini rivojlantiryapti. Va ular bilan bunda qaraydigan bo'lsak, kuni kecha bir gaplashdik. Yana nimaga shu relokatsiyada ishlayotgan mutaxassislarga sharoit yaratish kerak desak, balkim O'zbekiston fuqaroligini olish bo'yicha bir osonroq bir sharoit qilib berarsizlar degan taklif qilishadi. Ya'ni buni tasavvur qilib bo'lmas edi bir 5-6 yil oldin chet elliklar kelib O'zbekistonda O'zbekiston fuqaroligini olish bo'yicha bir osonroq bir IT vizada sharoit qilib berasizlar degan taklifini. Bu ham hammasi o'sha prezidentimizning IT sohasiga qilib berayotgan imkoniyatlar natijasida. Va buni orqasidan mana hozir IT rezidentlarimizning soni ham oshib boryapti va bugungi tadbirdan foydalanib hali IT rezident bo'lmagan kompaniyalarni ham rezidentlikka chaqirib qolamiz. As you can see here, we have seen a tremendous growth with companies with foreign capital. In 2017, we had just 4 companies. And now, every month, we see more than 35 new companies joining as a resident of IT Park. So, if you are not yet the resident of IT Park, I would like to ask you to consider this option because we provide you many opportunities to grow your business with us. There are many talented youth, zero tax regime, especially if you open the offices in the regions, we have many opportunities to support you in the regions of Uzbekistan. Keyingi slaydga o'tadigan bo'lsak. Mana eksport bilan shug'ullanish natijasida, mana 2017-yilda biz asosan eksportimiz nima edi? Asosan shu qishloq xo'jaligidagi shu paxta xomashyosi deymizmi yo bir qanaqadir boshqa xomashyolar. Prezidentimiz hamma sohada qo'shilgan qiymat bo'yicha juda katta ishlarni amalga oshiryaptilar. Endi shuning uchun ham mana IT yangi sohada eksport orqali ishchi o'rin yaratish bo'yicha katta vazifa qo'yganlariga 17-yilda 1 million dollar ham eksport bo'lmagan davlatdan hozir mana bu yil 1 milliard dollardan eksportni oshirishni kutib turibmiz. Xudo xolasa mana sizlarning hammanglar harakatinglar bilan bemalol 1 milliarddan oshiramiz va bu boshlanishi. 2030-yilga kelib 5 milliard dollarga eksportni oshirish bo'yicha katta vazifa qo'yganmiz. Albatta, juda ko'p boshqa reytinglardagi o'zgarishlar, yaratilgan sharoitlar, ularni hammasini aytib o'tishimiz mumkin, lekin men ular sizlarning vaqtinglarni bu bilan olish niyatim yo'q. Lekin bizani vazir sifatida meni asosiy KPI'im shu eksport. Shuning uchun agarda kim shu eksportni rivojlantirish bo'yicha nima taklifi bo'ladigan bo'lsa, 24 ga 7 sizlarning xizmatingizdaman. Nima takliflar bo'lsa, sizlar bilan tayyormiz shu bo'yicha ishlashga. As you can see, the export revenue in Uzbekistan, we had very limited export opportunities in 2017. We had just less than a million, 0.6 And this year we are exceeding our first billion, and by 2030 we are going to have 5 billion annual export revenue in Uzbekistan. So this is my main KPI. So if you have any ideas on how to achieve this KPI to make it even bigger than 5 billion, I'm at your service 24/7. So, during this ICT week or any other time, I would be happy to meet you to discuss opportunities on how to export this. Va eng katta masalalarimizdan bu albatta sun'iy intellekt masalalari. Endi hammamiz sun'iy intellekt haqida gapiryapmiz. Albatta sun'iy intellektga tayyorgarlik indeksi bo'yicha mana oxirgi paytda juda katta o'sish bo'ldi deymiz yoki Markaziy Osiyo davlatlarining ichida bu agar qaraydigan bo'lsak eng birinchi deyishimiz mumkin boshqa. Lekin o'zi sun'iy intellekt nima, qayerga qarab ketyapti? Undan bizga iqtisodiyotimizga qanchalik foydasi tegishi mumkin? Qaysi loyihalarni amalga oshirsak birinchi navbatda foyda beradi degan bir doimiy muhokama bor. Shuning uchun ham AKT haftaligi doirasida bu bo'yicha alohida sessiyalar bor. Men juda xursandman. Bu sun'iy intellekt bo'yicha ishlaydigan juda ko'p kompaniya vakillari shu yerda ishtirok etishyapti va o'sha kompaniya vakillaridan ham, o'zimizning ekspertlardan ham, xorijiy ekspertlardan ham aynan O'zbekiston uchun sun'iy intellektni rivojlantirishda yana qaysi qirralarga e'tibor qilishimiz kerak degan masalalarda fikringizni so'ramoqchimiz. Agarda taklifinglar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, albatta bu yo'nalishda ham biz birgalikda tegishli qonunchilikni o'zgartirish qilishga tayyormiz. Of course, development of artificial intelligence is on top of our agenda. And if you have any suggestions on how to better make use of this AI for the benefit of our people, to make sure that we help to grow our economy as well as to create the highly paid jobs for our people, we would be happy to get your ideas, get your proposals to make sure that we report to His Excellency President and prepare the next steps from the government side to support the implementation of your ideas into practice. And I would like to say that there are many opportunities, and our mission is to improve people's lives and to create the enabling conditions for them to get highly paid jobs. So if you help us to support this mission, to provide the better conditions for our people to achieve achieve their goals, I hope that we would be at your service to implement this mission together. And this week is full of many events, and I would like to focus on those events who are really beneficial to grow your business. And our main message for you we are ready to help to grow your business with us. Albatta, biz juda ko'p biznes vakillarini bu yerda ko'rib turibmiz va bizani doim ularga aytadigan masalamiz biz sizlarga biznesingizni rivojlantirishga yordam beramiz va shuning uchun nima takliflar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, nima imkoniyatlar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, albatta bu biznesni rivojlantirish bo'yicha harakatlardan o'rganish kerak va bu yo'nalishlardagi eng katta yo'nalishlardan bittasi bu startup ekotizimi. Startup bo'yicha hozir bu yilda 300 milliondan oshiq mana startuplarga sarmoyalar jalb qilindi va yana yangi yo'nalishlar bo'lishi mumkin. Bu yo'nalishlarda ham albatta nima takliflar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, birgalikda ishlashga ko'ramiz. Ko'rgazmada ham, oradagi sessiyalarda ham startuplar bo'yicha yangi yo'nalishlar bor va ularni doim qo'llab-quvvatlashga tayyormiz. Va I would like to also put emphasis on the creation of the startup ecosystem, on the further development of ecosystem. You have seen that we have so many talented youth. And there are many interesting startups coming out, and already we see that more than $300 million are invested to local startups, and it's just the beginning. Uzbekistan is considered as one of the fastest growing startup ecosystems in the world, and I would like you to pay attention to startup area as well, and if you have any ideas on how we can further promote, how we can further support this ecosystem development, we are ready to be here. And most importantly, of course, the talent. Albatta, eng asosiy masala bu bizani talantlarimiz, bizani yoshlarimiz. Bu masalalar bo'yicha prezidentimiz doim eng e'tibor qiladigan masalalari, chunki raqamlashtirish uchun ham, sun'iy intellekt uchun ham, IT eksport uchun ham, startuplar uchun ham yoshlar kerak. Yoshlarni ta'limi bo'yicha, yoshlarni ularni malakasini oshirish bo'yicha, yoshlarimizni yanada sizlarni qo'llarda yaxshiroq daromad topadigan ishlarga ega bo'lish uchun nima imkoniyat qilish kerak bo'lsa, biz tayyormiz. Albatta bu bo'yicha ta'lim sohasida o'zgarishlar bor, sertifikatlarga qoplab ham beramiz. Coursera bo'yicha dunyoda mana eng faol Coursera'da ishtirok o'qiydiganlarning soni bo'yicha biz dunyoda yetakchilarmiz. Va yana nimadir takliflar bo'lsa, albatta bu bo'yicha ishlashga tayyormiz. For the talent development, we've been comprehensively improving education system under the leadership of our president, from preschool to schools to higher education access, and we have already existing systems of reimbursing the cost of certification, cost of education for getting the foreign language diploma, etc. But still, the talents are our future. These are the most important assets of our nation. So if you have any ideas on how we can better develop our talents, how we can improve their capacity and the skills, and how to we can make them better ready for future jobs with all the current trends of AI development, we would be happy to follow up on this. We are already partnering with Coursera. We are listed among the top nations in terms of active online learners in Coursera. And still, if you have any ideas, if you have any proposals on improving the talent development, we are here to support you. And of course, we are grateful to our partners like United Arab Emirates, who helped us to implement interesting programs like 1 million Uzbek coders, and now is 1 million leaders of artificial intelligence. But these are one of the programs which we are mentioning. But there are so many young people who are eager to make a career in this field. And if you are really willing to be in Uzbekistan market for the long term, I would like to ask you to invest for the talent preparation, for the upbringing of young girls, upbringing of people from the disadvantaged families. So once again, I would like to welcome you all at this important event. And for the follow-up, please subscribe to my LinkedIn channel, where we usually post in English for you to make sure that you will be updated on the latest development in Uzbekistan's IT area. Yana bir bor hammanglarni bugungi tadbirda ko'rishdan xursandman. Bu faqat boshlanishi. Juda ko'p oldimizda tadbirlar bor. Bulardan xabardor bo'lib borish uchun albatta bizni LinkedIn sahifamizga ham, yana boshqa IT Week o'zini veb-saytlariga ham ko'rib boringlar va birgalikda O'zbekistonimizni rivojlantirish uchun harakat qilinglar. Rahmat kattakon.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Those were incredible key facts and numbers about Uzbekistan. And, you know, only one word when you see those numbers, I think we see that the digitalization wheel in Uzbekistan is spinning so fast. Look at what happened in the last year. Look across the roads on how many stadiums. I mean, it's incredible. And why not? I mean, no matter who you are or where are you from, just landing in Uzbekistan, you will feel something different. No matter whether it's from ICT infrastructure or from roads or from people or even from food, you will find that everything great. And another thing, I don't know if you know it or not, Uzbekistan is actually the top 10 safest countries in the world, which by itself create comfort and relax. So, well, thank you so much. These are incredible things. All right, so let's go on in our program. And we have 6 partners this morning. They will talk to us about their ICT business aspirations. A lot of great stories, briefly. So we will start from Qatar. So we have Agency Qatar or Invest Qatar. It's an agency that was established 2019 as a concierge for entrepreneur and business willing to invest in Qatar. First, let's watch a short video and we'll invite the speaker.
Hurmatli vazir janob Shirmatov, ushbu haftani ochib berganingiz uchun samimiy minnatdorchilik bildiramiz. Haqiqatan ham O'zbekistonda raqamlashtirish jarayoni nihoyatda tez sur'atlarda rivojlanmoqda. Xonimlar va janoblar, kim bo'lishingizdan qat'iy nazar, sayyoh, tadbirkor, bola yoki talaba, O'zbekistonga qadam qo'yganingiz zahoti qulay muhitni his qilasiz. Infratuzilmadan tortib raqamli ekotizim va xalqning o'ziga qadar hammasi buni isbotlaydi. Aynan hozir investitsiya kiritish uchun eng to'g'ri vaqt va eng to'g'ri joy. Bugun biz bilan 6 nafar muhim hamkor va vizioner yetakchilar ishtirok etmoqda. Ular bizga ilhom beruvchi so'zlar hamda o'z ICT sohasidagi maqsadlarini taqdim etishadi. Keling, avvalo Qatardan boshlaymiz.
Okay. Perfect. Let's watch the video.
We've always believed that anything is possible. Craft nature into an artistic masterpiece. Create seamless connectivity. Lead the drive for cleaner energy. Enable the next generation of thinkers. Accelerate global trade. Build the future. And welcome a diverse community. Qatar. Progress made possible.
Please welcome Mr. Jasim Al-Nama, Director of Marketing and Communication at Invest Qatar.
Sahna markaziga Invest Qatarning marketing va kommunikatsiyalar direktori janob Jasim Al-Namani taklif qilamiz.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to join you today representing the state of Qatar for the second year at the ICT Week Uzbekistan. We are pleased to be part of this significant event that brings together leaders, innovators, startups, and industry experts to shape the future of digital transformation. In an era defined by rapid technological change, the exchange of ideas, and the experiences across borders has never been more critical. Events like ICT doesn't only showcase innovation, but also strengthen international partnerships, laying the groundwork for more inclusive and sustainable digital economies. So in Qatar, advancing the digital economy is at the heart of our strategy for the national development and diversification and the National Vision 2030. So we review technology not only as a driver of economic diversification, but also as an enabler of a human potential, empowering people, businesses, and communities all over the world. Over the last recent years, so Qatar has made great strides to strengthen its business ecosystem, accelerating the transition into a tech-driven economy, while empowering entrepreneurs and global companies to pursue a distinctive long-term successful story in Qatar. So with our future-ready infrastructure, a strategic location in the middle of the world that offers seamless access to global markets worth over $8 trillion within 3,000 kilometers. And we are ranked among the top 5 worldwide in the ICT infrastructure, supported by the world's best airline and the world one-class Hamad International Airport. We combine connectivity, efficiency, and opportunity. So to support this momentum, and from a startup ecosystem process, we have launched a Startup Qatar 2 years ago, a one-stop platform that serves as a national resource for information, support, and opportunities for startups from all over the world. Through its investment program, powered by our partners in Qatar, Qatar Development Bank, QDB, the Startup Qatar program offers tech startups to start with a funding up to $500,000 or to grow their businesses in Qatar with up to $5 million of direct funding for the business. So far, in the last 2 years, we have received more than 4,700 applicants across sectors in fintech, education tech, sport tech, and health tech, with many applications from Central Asia and Uzbekistan specifically, which has increased through our participation in the ICT Week event last year. So we have noticed a significant increase in the applications received from this region in the last year. And more recently as well, and to also help attract foreign direct investments to Qatar, we have announced a $1 billion national incentives program with 4 tailored package in its first phase, targeting key growth sectors in the national development strategy, including IT, information technology. The dedicated technology package is designed to nurture dynamic digital economy, accelerating growth in key areas such as cybersecurity, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and data-driven innovation. And this program provides financial support covering up to 40% of eligible local investment expenses over 5 years in Qatar, including business setup cost, construction, office lease, equipment, and talent development. And over the last few years, there has been a huge focus in Qatar in the tech and the digital ecosystem. And now we are one of the only 4 or 5 countries in the world to host the Web Summit, the Middle East version of Web Summit Qatar, which is happening every Feb. And this has attracted last year more than 40,000 attendees from 120 countries in the first 2 editions only. And as you are aware, Web Summit is one of the biggest global tech hub that's market hosting global huge platforms in different countries internationally. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned in the beginning, we are very happy and we are very glad to come to ICT Week for the second time. Building on our success from last year, we are hoping to receive many new investors, startups, and entrepreneurs to apply for the program and to move and to be able to achieve their dreams internationally one day. So once again, thank you so much, and I welcome you to join our booth, Startup Qatar booth in the exhibition area, and we'll be more than happy to answer your question and to welcome you as well in our region. Thank you.
Thank you, Jassim. That was wonderful. I am sure you will be busy the whole week, so no worries, you will be busy here. And there is also another thing, Jassim. Qatar is going to host the Mobile World Congress next month. See, that's a free promotion, 2025 in Qatar. All right, so now let's move on to an ICT infrastructure leader, both global and regional leader. It's a company that always transforms itself to mandate with the requirement of the intelligent world. I am talking about Huawei, everybody. So we will first watch a short video about Huawei, and then we will welcome the speaker.
Rahmat Katakan Janob Jassim. Endi esa ICT infratuzilmasi bo'yicha global va mintaqaviy yetakchi hisoblangan Huawei kompaniyasiga navbat beramiz. Avval ular haqida qisqa videoni tomosha qilamiz.
Welcome to the stage, He Ji-yuan, the Deputy Director of Huawei Uzbekistan.
Sahna markaziga Huawei Uzbekistan bosh direktori o'rinbosari janob He Ji-yuan taklif qilamiz.
Good morning. Your Excellency, the Minister of the Digital Technology, and distinguished guests, and also industry leaders, partners, and friends. It's really my great honor to stand here and at the beginning of this ICT Week 2025. On behalf of Huawei, I would like to extend my warmest congratulations to the Ministry of Digital Technology. Once again, organizing this tremendous event. As you know, ICT Week has become a vital platform, bringing all the minds and the innovation companies in this country to collaborate and also share the insights and approaches to drive the digital future moving forward. As one of the main participators, Huawei really appreciates the ministry's great vision and also the guidance to build such an ecosystem in Uzbekistan. This year is also especially meaningful to Huawei, as we just celebrated 25 years of continuous presence and participation in Uzbekistan. So during this journey, we work hands in hand with government, with our carriers, with our enterprises to build a robust network, as well as accelerating the digital transformation. So during this journey, and Huawei remained the forefront position in the technical innovation. Taking this chance here, I also excited to invite you, our friends, our customers, and our industry leaders to visit Huawei booth. This year, Huawei designed a 150 square meter booth. We just want to bring you an innovation journey, including the ICT solutions, such as the 5.5G, F5G, F5.5G, and also cloud services, and AI computing, this kind of demos. So we also designed a meeting room there. If any one of you are interested in a deeper discussion, we can have a workshop there as well. Beyond the exhibition, we are also proud to share you. Huawei also participate and support several key events, such as the Digital Economy Forum, where we will discuss about the industry practice and the cases which can facilitate the digital economy white paper published in last year. As with our long-term commitment to the young generation cultivation, we will also share our strategy about the Huawei ICT Academy and the City for Future program, which is targeted to train the new skills and build the leadership among the young generation in Uzbekistan. We strongly believe together we can unlock endless possibility. And as one of the key participators in Uzbekistan, we thank you once again to the Ministry of Digital Technology and all the organizers for this wonderful event. And I wish all of you a fruitful and also inspiring ICT Week. Thank you.
Thank you, Jiorman. All right, indeed, I think I want somebody to count how many times we mention the word, the people, or talents. I think there are a lot. I remember last year when I was hosting the event, I said that the population of Uzbekistan is 37 million, going to be 50 million, right? And I was just told now that the population already 38 million. So 1 million new population in 1 year, and the good thing is 60% of those are young talents. So these are great. But I have a little insight, and remember that after 10 years. We're talking about Internet of People, Internet of Things, but also think about Internet of AI agents. So I am sure in 10 years here in this country, we will have 500 million AI agents communicating with people, communicating with each other. All right. So thank you for Huawei. Now, let's carry on and introduce our next partner, which will talk about something everybody likes and loves, because it's going to talk about green and sustainability. And green and sustainability, they are so important to not ruin our planet Earth. Our next partner, Data Vault, is a leader there, and they will let us know what they are doing. But first, let's watch a video about them.
Rahmat kattakon, haqiqatan ham iste'dodlar har qanday taraqqiyotning asosiy manbai va eng katta harakatlantiruvchi kuchidir. Yoshlarimizning bilim va salohiyati mamlakatimiz kelajagini belgilaydi. Kelinglar, navbatdagi hamkorimiz esa hammamiz uchun muhim bo'lgan soha yashil tabassumlar, tashabbuslar va barqarorlik. Bu yo'nalishda Data World kompaniyasi yetakchilaridan biri hisoblanadi. Avvalo, kichik video tomosha qilamiz.
All right, let's watch the video.
At the heart of Central Asia, Uzbekistan is rapidly emerging as a strategic hub, driving digital infrastructure, innovation, and regional connectivity. Here, DataVolt is building the region's first Tier 3 design-in 12-megawatt data center, future-ready and built for scale. DataVolt Uzbekistan.
All right, so let's welcome Anil Vijaya Chandran, the Senior Vice President of DataVolt.
Sahna markaziga Data World kompaniyasining katta vitse-prezidenti janob Anil Vijaya Chandrani taklif qilamiz.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, distinguished guests, colleagues, and friends. We as Data World are proud to be here for only our second ICT week. And we already see significant transformation. And thanks to His Excellency President Mirziev's forward-looking policies, His Excellency Minister Shermatov's clear vision, the years of decisive digital policy implementation are bearing fruit. Global technology leaders and ICT firms, many of whom are among us here, are already investing in Uzbekistan, are expanding, establishing and outsourcing operations here. This is how vision kind of compounds into reality. We see that in the creation of investment and skills, in measurable improvements in national competitiveness. And our own journey reflects this trajectory. Within just 6 months of signing an implementation agreement about early last year between DataVolt and the government of Uzbekistan for building the largest AI-ready, fully renewable data center in the region. All the enabling decrees, agreements, and permitting were all completed within, again, the 6-month period I just mentioned. So project construction is today happening on the ground, and this data center, the largest in the region, is going to be coming up over the course of next year. It's just a clear example of how success stories get built in Uzbekistan. And on behalf of DataVolt, I would like to thank Minister Shermatov and his team for their impact-driven leadership for this. And these reforms, by the way, go far beyond our project. We see that positive change every step: clearer rules, faster approvals, pro-business regulation, etc. We've already seen the changes that have happened just in the last 12 months since the last ICT happened. And more importantly for our business, we see digitalization accelerating. We see government programs are making services faster, smarter, more accessible, and the pipeline for sovereign and commercial cloud and compute is taking shape. These developments, in combination with the rapid influx of high-quality talent entering the workforce, we today have a credible runway for sovereign AI, export IT, public investments, foreign platforms, and local scale-ups are all coming together for this. And we are proud to be working on preparing and creating a lot of these partnerships. We are working together with cloud service providers, fintechs, banks, various ecosystems to effectively create this, let's call it that anchor customer group that can accelerate this digitalization revolution that's happening in Uzbekistan. We as DataVolt are proud to be here at this opportune moment. To just speak about ourselves very quickly, we are global developers and operators of hyperscale data centers, backed by one of the strongest infrastructure investment groups in the Middle East. Our first phase IT Park project in Tashkent, 12 megawatts of renewable powered AI-ready infrastructure is now coming online as we speak. It will support high-performance compute with advanced GPU clusters for AI, fintech, etc. It will host sensitive government and regulated workloads securely. It will operate sustainability by integrating renewable energy and efficient cooling. And last but not the least, I think it was mentioned here a few times, talent. We need people to operate what we built, to use it, and to grow. And that's where DataVolt is also investing in talent, together with the Ministry of Education. Together with the Ministry of Education and Shireen Energy College, we launched the DataVolt Academy. Today, 30 young students are training to become Uzbekistan's first data center engineers. they will run our facility, and we will create this longer pipeline of talent as we go forward. So once again, I'd like to invite all of you to visit our booth, the DataVolt booth here outside, and wish you all the best. Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you, Anil. Indeed, I think green and development, a lot of people think that green is against development or development is against green. It's not about or, it's about and. Both can happen at the same time so that we cannot hurt our planet Earth with any product and solution. So now we're gonna stay in ICT infrastructure partners, and now we wanted to welcome to the stage a long-time partner in this country, has been working on integrated ICT technology for some time, and it's a pleasure to introduce to you ZTE. But let's watch a video about them first.
Rahmat kattakon, ICT infratuzilmasidagi hamkorlarimizni davom ettirib, ushbu mamlakatda uzoq yillardan buyon faoliyat yurittirib kelayotgan va integratsiyalashgan ICT texnologiyalarida yetakchi bo'lgan ZTE kompaniyasiga navbat beramiz. Avval qisqa videoni tomosha qilamiz.
Let's watch the video. All right, so let's welcome to the stage Mr. Wang Guangdong. Wang Guangdong is the CEO of ZTE region.
Sahna markaziga ZTE kompaniyasining mintaqaviy bosh direktori janob Wang Guangduni taklif qilamiz.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, distinguished minister,
I forgot.
esteemed colleagues and friends. Thank you for the opportunity to tell some words about ZTE, which has been in this market for 25 years. I would show my thanks to Minister, to all of the customers, partners. Without you, ZTE could not survive. Thank you a lot. As we just see, the growth of GDP of Uzbekistan really have very rapid growth. In first half year of 2025, it is even more than 7%. The rapid growth is not only a data, it is visible. We could see the rebuilt Tashkent International Airport is much more convenient than before. From Tashkent to the Far East city, Nukus, there is a direct flight which only takes 1 hour and a half. We went there several days ago. In fact, in the main cities of Uzbekistan, there are airports like Ulganch, Navai Buhala, Tiramiz, Kash, Samarkand Jizak, Nolafshan, Namargan, Anjian, Firgana. Among these cities, the high-speed railway and the highway are on planning and construction. We could get this news from the social media. Actually, from the city of Tashkent, we could also see a lot of roads are under reconstruction. Yes. To bring prosperity for the people here, first, to build a road, digital road included. As a world-leading company in the industry of telecommunication and information technology, ZTE has the end-to-end and green solution. There is a long list. Radio access network, fiber access network, core network, transmission network, long list, of course. Infrastructure or digitalization data center, AI module, and AI equipment ZT has. More than that, based on 25 years experience in Uzbekistan, ZT could finalize the project even based on condition of full 10K. Yes, ZT can be your reliable and long-term partners in Uzbekistan. Another main concern of ZTE in Uzbekistan is how to support the youngs and talents here. ZT has a program of, with Tashkent University of Information Technology, which names as Power of New Generation. This afternoon, ZT will hold a forum, ZT New Bula AI. During this forum, ZT will certificate the students from TWIT how to fulfill the social responsibility in Uzbekistan is always the consideration of ZTE. 20 days ago, during the celebration of the 3rd 4th Independence Day of the Republic of Uzbekistan, the president said, Uzbekistan is becoming a huge construction site. I learned, and as I understand, telecommunication, digitalization, and AI shall be parts of the construction. ZTE is ready to cooperate with you, our dear partners, friends, to work together to build a new Uzbekistan. Thank you. Rahmat.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Guang, the CEO of ZTE. Okay, so I think now we still have 2 partners to go. And now it's a pleasure to introduce the digital partner of the ICT Week. And I'm talking about Yandex Uzbekistan. Well, Yandex simply, precisely provide technologies and implement it that enhance our lives. I think that's what can describe Yandex. So we're good. We're really happy to have them over here. But first, we have a short video. But please.
Ushbu haftaning raqamli hamkori Yandex Uzbekistan kompaniyasini taqdim etishdan mamnunman. Avval birgalikda qisqa videoni tomosha qilamiz.
Yeah, let's watch the video first and we will introduce you. All right, so let's welcome Yandex Uzbekistan CEO, Mr. Izzat Shukurov.
Sahna markaziga Yandex O'zbekiston bosh direktori janob Izzat Shukurovni taklif qilamiz.
Assalomu alaykum everyone. It is a big pleasure to see you all here. First of all, I'd like to say my gratitude to the country leadership, to the Ministry of Digitalization, to the people who made ICT Week come true. From year to year, you are setting new standards. So thank you very much, and thank you very much for everyone here. You are the ones who are making and transforming the digital future into reality. Thank you. I remember myself back in 2011 when I came to ICT Week at first time, and I was a young specialist, but also back then, I was amazed and inspired with people who were making innovations. Those were amazing people, and now it's 2025. It is a time of opportunities, and you can see the scale. You can see how innovative everything is. You can see the level of ICT Week and how incredible it is. So thank you very much. Thank you again. So what comes next? Next it is, I think our future is about AI native companies. It is about the companies who are changing their DNA. They are with AI in their DNA already, and they come with AI from day number one. But here is the truth. It is not only about technology, it is about people as well. And we think that the real foundation are people, are talents, and education, of course. And this is why it was the idea behind our new machine learning school by Yandex Uzbekistan, which is launching in Tashkent in October. It is a place for strong specialists to go deeper, to understand AI at its core, and to create technologies they will stand out on the world arena. For us, ICT Week, it is a mirror of the progress, and it is a compass for where we can go next. And if we keep investing into education and into technology and bold thinking, there are no limits for us. So we do think that future is digital, that future is human, and we are building it together. Thank you very much, Kotta Rahmat, and please join us at our booth. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Yandex, for the short, precise speech. So right now, we'll only have one more partner, and then we will have closing remarks, and then we will finish the appetizer, and then we will go for the big meal. All right, so now it's our pleasure to welcome to the stage the first unicorn based in Uzbekistan. It's Uzum. I'm sure everybody knows Uzum. So Uzum is basically providing a bunch of varieties of services, again, to elevate people's lifestyle. So it's a pleasure. We will watch a video first, a short video, and then we will welcome Uzum CEO.
Mamlakatimizning ilk unicorn kompaniyasini taqdim etamiz. Bu Uzum kompaniyasi. Kompaniya tizimi hayot sifatini yuksaltirishga qaratilgan eng ko'lamli xizmatlarni o'z ichiga oladi. Avvalo, birlikda kichik videoni tomosha qilamiz, keyin esa taqdim qilamiz.
Let's watch the video. So let's welcome Uzum Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Jasur Jumayev.
Sahna markaziga Uzum kompaniyasi bosh direktori janob Jasur Jumayevni taklif qilamiz.
Assalomu alaykum aziz do'stlar. Hello ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, dear friends. It's a great honor to welcome you here today at the opening ceremony of ICT Week, one of the key events shaping the future of Uzbekistan digital economy. First of all, I would like to thank the leadership of the country, the Ministry of Digital Technologies, for bringing together government, businesses, and international partners on this unique platform. Uzbekistan has made a remarkable progress in recent years. Our country is on track to export more than 1 billion in IT services in 2025. For the first time in history, global companies are opening offices here, launching products, and believing in our country's potential. We're welcoming you to Uzbekistan Miracle. Uzum is proud to be the part of this journey. Over the past years, we have invested more than $300 million in digital infrastructure and created more than 12,000 jobs. As importantly, thanks to our work, global investors such as Tencent, VR Capital, and FinSide have entered Uzbekistan. and the numbers of international partners is steadily growing. But this is the only beginning. Looking forward, we see a number of priorities in the things we do. First of all, we aim to prepare new generations of IT talent, create tens of thousands of jobs in digital economy, building modern data centers. These efforts will strengthen Uzbekistan technological sovereignty and help our country become a regional, and I'm sure, over time, global IT player. Dear friends, ICT Week is not only about discussing trends, it's about shaping the future of Uzbekistan, and we will make it together. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, very precise. Thank you so much. All right, so I think we finished the 6 partners. Thank you very much. A lot of information, passionate speeches. Now we are down to the closing remarks. So the closing remarks is coming from ITU, International Telecommunication Union, and we're honored and glad to have their Director of Telecommunication Bureau. So please put your hand together to welcome Kosmas Lakisan Zavazava.
Barchangizga va barcha hamkorlarga samimiy minnatdorchilik bildiramiz. Xonimlar va janoblar, endi marosimning yakuniy qismiga yetib qoldik. Bugun biz bilan ITU telekommunikatsiyalar byurosi direktori ham ishtirok etmoqda. Sahna markaziga janob Kosmas Lakisan Zavazavani taklif qilamiz.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me here, Your Excellency, the Minister. Thank you for your very inspiring words. I'm very pleased to be here. I feel very much at home. It's my first visit, and I like what I see. I got a number of key words which resonate with me personally. The fact that whatever we are doing is to transform people's lives and to impact people's lives. Technology is just a means and a catalyst that opens doors for people to have a better life. And that's why in the United Nations, we speak of 3 Ps. 1 is people, 2, the planet, and 3, prosperity. So we have to embrace technology. I come from the International Telecommunication Union. We are the oldest United Nations organization. This year, we are celebrating 160 years of our existence. In terms of resilience, you may say we are the champion because we went through the 2 world wars, epidemics, and many natural disasters, and we survived. Today, as we exist, we have not become dinosaurs or a dinosaur. We believe in innovation, a word which has been mentioned a few times. We believe that technology is a game changer. And you know, in the United Nations, we are embracing the Sustainable Development Goals 1, 2, and 3, which try to drive people's lives and make sure that we bridge the gender divide, we bridge the divide between urban and rural areas, bridge the gap between the skilled and the unskilled, the gap between the able-bodied and those with the disabilities. And as they say, disability does not mean inability. In the International Telecommunication Union, we have got over 1,000 industry and private sector and members of academia who are members of the ITU. And sometimes we say ITU stands for I trust you. So you can trust us, and we want to make sure that technology is there to serve human needs, but also to make sure the people remain safe when they go online. So cybersecurity is at the center of everything that we do. And I met the team from Uzbekistan in Dubai recently when we had a cyber drill where ITU won 11 Guinness Book records. and we attracted about 136 countries that came together under one roof to do simulations and see how we can have early warnings for cyber threats and also how we can react and respond to cyber threats. It is important for us to realize that there are many challenges, and Uzbekistan, as has been articulated here, is a double landlocked country with many constraints. No easy access to submarine cables. And we were recently in Turkmenistan for the 3rd United Nations Conference to see how we can strategize and help landlocked countries to have access to subsea cables. Because most of the traffic goes through those cables, and you have to be at peace with your neighbors and make sure that you rely on your coastal countries. It is even worse when you are doubly landlocked. But I think innovation, no one has got a monopoly in terms of innovation. And I want to congratulate the leadership of this great country for making sure that the engine of the car is not only idling, but they put the foot on the accelerator and they get moving. We recognize the fact that there are 2.6 billion people who remain offline, and most of them remain offline because they don't have digital skills. And it is our duty to make sure that we provide together with the industry and private sector and members of academia those skills that are essential to make sure that people transform their lives using technology. We are in an era of emerging technologies, big data, quantum computing, artificial intelligence, and we believe that these can change people's lives, but there is also a challenge and a threat that comes with the evolution of these technologies. Deepfake, misinformation, falsehoods, and hallucinations, those are a threat to modern societies. And we think we have to work together and pull together to make sure that we confront this ugly head that is emerging. And that's why we believe artificial intelligence governance is essentially an important thing. And we believe in what we call AI for good, not AI for making dangerous decisions that will impact negatively on people's lives and discourage them to go online. So we are committed to that. About 3 weeks ago, we were in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, where we attracted a record over 6,000 people who attended our global symposium for regulators. And that's where we talk about burning issues like the use of space and space economy, space sustainability, greening digital, e-waste management, and those are fundamentally important issues. As an elected official of the United Nations, International Telecommunication Union, responsible for development, developing infrastructure, mapping infrastructure, modeling infrastructure, and also making sure that cybersecurity is accessible. I want to congratulate the government of Uzbekistan, with whom we have been working tirelessly. And what I like most is they see the potential more than they see today's events. The youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. And in the digital world, you need talent. And according to our statistics, those that are between 14 years and 25 years old are the youth, and they are the most connected, and the potential is in their hands. And we want to move together. So ITU has got what we call the ITU Academy, with thousands of courses that are available for free, that can be accessed by everyone. And we also have what we call digital transformation centers, so that we can embrace those in rural areas who are highly marginalized. And we have the ITU Academy training centers where we appeal to government officials, middle and high level officials. I admire the government of Uzbekistan in the sense that in many governments, actually there is no political will. But what the minister said is quite impressive, to say, his question is to ask you to give him ideas as to how he can answer the question that comes from the president, to say, what else do you want? And this is really a great opportunity that has got to be embraced. We are here to serve We want to unmask technology and show a human face, whether they are natural disasters unfolding, earthquakes, typhoons, hurricanes, tsunamis, etc. We can use technology to impact people and impact them positively. But also electronic commerce is quite critical. And we can use technology so that the marginalized communities can also trade without having to leave their communities. I want to assure you, in ITU, you have a natural partner, and for those of you from industry and private sector that are not yet members of ITU, I want to invite you particularly for the development sector. That's where we interface with real people and change people's lives. And I think we are very privileged. We have our colleagues in the Standardization Bureau who have already adopted over 200 standards on artificial intelligence. And this work is available for your use. Our radio communication colleagues are the ones who are responsible for every satellite that goes up in the orbit and where it is going to be parked. We are technology neutral. Low Earth orbit satellites are an alternative to connectivity. Yesterday, before I left Geneva, I opened the meeting of the World Telecommunications Indicator Symposium, where all the statisticians in the world were assembled. We believe in measuring and tracking the connectivity level and how we can help communities to get connected, countries to invest in technology for the future and open new doors and new avenues. I concur with those that said Uzbekistan is on a great track, because I can tell you that first, in terms of e-government, this country is high up there when you look at the index figures. We collect data and analyze the data, and we know that in terms of ICT Development Index, otherwise known as IDI, this country has moved since 2020 to 8 places, and that is great progress. In terms of Global Cybersecurity Index that we collect and also analyze, they are doing very, very well. But I want also to say in terms of regulation, because regulation, legislation, and also policy making are critical in opening doors and creating an enabling environment. And I can tell you in terms of trackers, they are doing very, very well. And I think many countries in the neighborhood have got to borrow a leaf. But by and large, to conclude, this is a region on the move, or on the wheels, or on the wings, because we know in terms of gender parity, the gap between men and women, boys and girls, you have reached parity, and we want to congratulate you. And development does not know any gender. I think it is important that we embrace everyone and give opportunities to all and sundry. And I'm glad to be here. I would like to see more, and I'm looking forward to engaging further with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sabazaba. Very encouraging words. And ITUT, I trust you too. So, all right, so it was great. So now, I think, as I mentioned earlier, it's been a wonderful, remarkable morning, and we're all now learning a lot. Eager to go, but I am sure everybody wanted to go out of this room, because in the next 4 days, on the 4 years as well, we have a lot of great stuff in the outside. Please take a tour on the 15,000 square meter space. Tons of exhibitors. Please conduct conversations. You have more than 20,000 attendees. Talk. There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of forums, a lot of topics. As I mentioned, the main course is Long Strong with a great flavor, so we are waiting for you outside. But before we go, we wanted to commemorate this point and this time that we are all here together. So, Your Excellency, if I may ask you to come to the stage, and I want all of the partners, the speakers, to also come to the stage to have a group picture together. I think every year we will put those pictures together, and that would be wonderful with the curves that you have. It was really a wonderful presentation. So everybody, if you please come over here, the speakers, and I will just go to the side. Yeah, I think we're done. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think, well, I think we wanted to put it in Uzbek first. So why don't you do it now?
All right, I will do
Yeah,
that.
while they are taking the pictures.
Barchangizga tashakkur. Bugungi barcha ajoyib nutqlarni 4 so'z bilan ifodalash mumkin. Innovatsiya, investitsiya, hamkorlik va imkoniyatlar. Bu esa faqat boshlanishi xolos. Oldinda yanada keng ko'lamli voqealar kutmoqda. Shuningdek, 15,000 kvadrat metr maydonda tashkil etilgan ko'rgazma hududni ham albatta ko'rib chiqing. Ammo hozir bu ajoyib lahzani tarixga muhrlash uchun barcha hamkorlarni va hurmatli vazir janob Sherzod Shirmatovni sahnaga taklif etamiz. Keling, umumiy suratga tushamiz.
That was wonderful. Well, thank you, Armina. Tell me, what do you think about the event?
It was amazing.
Did you like it?
I loved it. What
Yeah.
about you?
So, you can see the amount of energy. So what are we going to do outside?
We're gonna take around, take a look at the, the stands.
I think you're going to take a
Network,
look.
maybe?
For me, the first thing, I'm going to take a coffee.
Uh,
You too? All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We'll see you outside.
Thank you very much.
This
and the FDI inflows more than quadrupled. And of course, behind every success story lies a real driver. The real driver, the people. Because what powers the transformation isn't the stable economy, isn't the incentives and so on, but it's the people. So my next slide is going to be about the talent landscape. And you know, one of the first things that you will notice when you are in Uzbekistan, when you walk through the streets, explore the city, you will notice that there are a lot of language schools, educational schools, this school, that school, and so on. Everywhere you go, you may notice English school, English learning center, German schools, Korean, Japanese, Turkish, you name it. We say it's almost fashionable to learn a new language. And why not? In a country with a literacy rate of more than 99%, which is the norm, and the average age is is 29 years old. So curiosity and ambition run high. And here's the good part. We did not just stop in the private sector, okay? We have invested heavily into the education. Today we've got more than 110 international IT universities with more than 25,000 graduates annually. Well, that means thousands of young people are entering into the workforce, not leaving to study abroad, to work abroad, but choosing to be here to build their future right here at home. So now let me tell you this. We've seen the results firsthand at IT Park Uzbekistan. Alongside with our talent acquisition team, we have seen hundreds of positions being closed, ranging from software developers, be it data engineers, DevOps experts, or customer service professionals, or multilingual customer support specialists, and so on. So here you can see in proof that when you invest into the people and the skills, you don't just fill the jobs, but you build the engine for growth. Okay? So speaking about the engines, okay? Now let's talk about the engine without which none of this would be possible, okay? And now I'm going to talk to you about the secret sauce. So Uzbekistan did something very few countries managed to do. What we did, we looked at the companies, we looked at the global investors and the global leaders on what they really want. And then we went all in. A company here can get registered in just 3 working days. No endless red tape, no headaches, no rush. And once you're in, you get what I call the golden formula, which is 0% tax rate, corporate taxes, 0% social contributions, 0% property and land tax. Everything is 0 until 2040. And regardless of when you join IT Park and where are you coming from or how small or big your company is, we welcome everyone. And then comes what we call the zero risk program, which is about free office space for 1 year, technical equipment for up to 100 people provided, and the costs reimbursed for companies that set up, not in Tashkent, unfortunately, because we want also our regions to develop as well. So the companies that set up in regions get even more benefits, even more access to talents, okay? So now it's no wonder that we have over 3,000 member companies, which are employing more than 45,000 people. An interesting fact is, among those 3,000 companies, more than 800 companies are the foreign entities, foreign companies. All right? And here's the key point. IT Park Uzbekistan is not only about the tax incentives, it's not only about the benefits and so on. It's also about a great ecosystem. An ecosystem that we have built, because of which when you join IT Park, you don't just get an office, you don't just get solutions, you don't just get access to the talent pool, but you get access to also venture capital, to global standard education, to top-tier data center, and to enterprise-level support. And that's what I'm going to talk about in the next slide. So, ladies and gentlemen, IT Park Uzbekistan is not only present in Tashkent with one building. We are all across the country. We are a national ecosystem with 14 national representative branches across the country, and over 10,000 workplaces already in operation. And this is only the beginning. Right now, another 77,000 square meters of space is being constructed in 6 different regions, which will add up to more than 38,000 new jobs. But what makes us truly different, not the scale, but the ecosystem that we've built. As you can see on the left side of the slide, IT Park University, in collaboration with EPAM Systems, we are continuing to develop the next generation of tech professionals. With IT Park Ventures and IT Park Capital, we're fueling startups and scaling local champions with investment and financial support. And our top-tier data center will ensure world-class infrastructure and security. And the next thing that is coming, the further evolution of IT Park, is going to be in the project of Enterprise Uzbekistan, which I will not talk more, because one of our next speakers is going to talk about that. And also, to make sure that Uzbekistan is connected globally, we already have 6 representative offices abroad, from the United States and Germany to South Korea, Saudi Arabia, Japan, and China. So you see, IT Park is not just an institution, it's a global outsourcing powerhouse. And all of this comes down to our 2 major goals. At IT Park Uzbekistan, everything we do comes down to the 2 major goals that we set aside to ourselves. First is we attract the international companies, helping them find the talents, helping them with our incentives. So that's why global leaders like Google, Netflix, Disney, SAP, and so many other companies are already working with the teams set up here. Another thing is we nurture our local companies, our local champions, to think bigger, to go beyond the borders of Uzbekistan and compete on a global stage. Because it's not enough to serve the domestic market. The real prize is the international growth. Now the opportunities are huge. We're seeing the momentum in data labeling, in game development, in 3D modeling and animation, and especially in US logistics sector, okay? So, and you can see the results speak for themselves. Today, nearly half of our exports go to the North American market with, if I'm not mistaken, 45%. 45% of all the export goes to the North American market. So nearly half of our exports, with 1/4 to the UK and the EU markets. So our companies are no longer hidden players, but they are the confident industry pioneers who are confidently providing services to the markets. And if you break it down, IT services make up 53% of our export, which is software development, mobile applications development, and about 28% accounts for BPO, with the rest in software products and creative industry like gaming and animation. So when we say that Uzbekistan is the global outsourcing destination, we mean it. So before I conclude, let me briefly touch on the next evolution of IT Park Uzbekistan, which is Enterprise Uzbekistan. This initiative is about creating the environment that meets the highest international standards, from intellectual property regulations, protection and regulatory sandbox, to customs and tax procedures, labor relations, and disputes resolutions. Enterprise Uzbekistan is designed to make you feel to make sure that the global companies feel not only welcomed, but fully protected. So what also makes this unique project, because it incorporates the elements of common law of England and Wales, ensuring predictability, transparency, and investors' confidence. So I won't go deeper here, because one of our next speakers, as I mentioned, will give you a full picture of Enterprise Uzbekistan, but I wanted to flag it as an essential piece of our country's transformation story. So, in conclusion, Uzbekistan has always been a crossroad. Centuries ago, caravans passed through the Silk Road, connecting east to the west, trading not only goods, but the ideas and opportunities. So now, today, Silk Road has taken a new form. And instead of caravans, it's fiber optic cables. Instead of spices and silk, it's code, data, and global services. So just like merchants who came once to Uzbekistan to find their opportunity, I invite you all to join us now and grow your business with us. Thank you so much. The journey has just begun, and I truly welcome you all to Uzbekistan. Thank you.
Thank you, Sultan Murad, for sharing with us what is out there for Uzbekistan right now. And now, to dive deeper into the future and take a peek of what is awaiting Uzbekistan, I would like to welcome our next speaker, who brings us over 20 years of experience, 12 years in leadership positions, and 8 years consulting with the Big Four. Our partner in consulting for the concept creation of Enterprise Uzbekistan. The person who is now leading the government and public sector at Ernst & Young. Please welcome the head of business consulting practices for Armenia at Ernst & Young, Artur Grigoryan.
Hello everyone, dear colleagues, guests. I'm really honored to be here to present the concept of Enterprise Uzbekistan. Officially it is known as International Center for Digital Technologies. I will use this terminology, ICDT and Enterprise Uzbekistan, interchangeably throughout my presentation. So we are really passionate about this project as we invested over a year on it by now. And we stay truly committed next to IT Park to further enhance the concept and to bring it to reality. So the journey started in 2024 when the president of Uzbekistan signed a decree on creating Enterprise Uzbekistan. This initiative aligns with a broader strategy of Uzbekistan 2030 strategy, and that strategy sets very specific goals for the technology sector of Uzbekistan. As you see, and Ruslan Murad already mentioned, the radical growth of the experts. Currently we have about 350 million US dollars experts. We are aiming for 5 billion US dollars. We want to engage young generation of Uzbekistan into IT space, to ensure good job opportunities for them, and then we want to elevate startup companies to create this ecosystem, to elevate them to unicorn level. So quite an ambitious goals, and Enterprise Uzbekistan will be the key strategic initiative driver for achieving those goals. So let's zoom in a little bit what Enterprise Uzbekistan is, right? So the ecosystem, of course, consists of key players, which are technology firms. These are software companies, digital content creators, infrastructure service providers. And then this ecosystem goes broader with ancillary service providers, which are supposed to support these core players in delivering their services. So this would be financial service providers, this will be education entities, legal and consulting firms, so everything that IT companies need to prosper and grow in this special environment. One important thing we want to highlight about Enterprise Uzbekistan is that it is going to be a distinct regulatory environment, meaning that the regulations for this center will be specifically tailored for its residents to better cater their needs, and the jurisdiction will have certain independence in terms of the regulations that will be applied to the residents. And as Ruslan Murad already mentioned, the elements of English law will be embedded on those regulations. Another important characteristic is the sandbox. As we see and we watch the trends happening globally, the countries that are really chasing innovations, they create regulatory frameworks, and these regulatory frameworks are regulatory sandboxes, and these regulatory sandbox frameworks are really instrumental for making innovative products, because as we know, when making innovative products, sometimes companies face regulatory challenges, and the sandbox environment is the place, safe haven, where companies can work with the regulator, come closer to them, test the products, and safely and securely scale them up with full compliance of the regulation. So Enterprise Uzbekistan will be a physical hub as opposed to just a legal domicile. That means that the residents will be in a geographically confined area, and this is done on purpose to ensure that there is this vibrant ecosystem, and there is access to collaboration, and there is access to state-of-the-art infrastructure. Finally, the last element of the Enterprise Uzbekistan will be its robust governance structure. Obviously, there should be robust governance structure in place to set regulations, to oversee the performance of the companies, and to ensure sustainable development of the ecosystem. So, the priority areas that IT Park selected for Enterprise Uzbekistan, you can see it on the screen, but basically these are the software, excuse me. Yes, this is software development and IT consulting, research and development in digital technologies, digital content creation, data centers, infrastructure service provision, of course, artificial intelligence. This is quite a broad universe, but when we move to the stage when we will design the strategy for Enterprise Uzbekistan along with our colleagues from IT Park, definitely each of this area will be thoroughly studied, and time-wise, right choices will be made, which areas will be in the focus for the next few years to come. So where we are now in terms of implementing this project, as I said, the concept has been already developed, and this concept has been conceptualized into a draft law, which is circulated among the government officials, stakeholders, and IT Park colleagues collect comments from various stakeholders, incorporate those comments into the draft law. But I can highlight now certain things that the draft of the law indicates. First of all, the law identifies the governing bodies of Enterprise Uzbekistan, vesting with them certain powers. It identifies the key categories such as participants, residents, investors. Another important aspect of the law is its long-term orientation. The regime, this special regulatory regime, will be enforced till 2100. Apart from practical consideration, this is also having a symbolic significance, giving signal to potential residents and investors that this concept is here to stay for a long period of time, and the government is really long-term minded in implementing this. Of course, there is also the stability principle embedded in the law, and finally there is mentioned that English language will be the official language to be used in the center. Once the legislation is improved, the Coordinating Council of Enterprise Uzbekistan will adopt that specific package of regulations to be applied within the center. And this regulation, as Ruslan Murad already mentioned, cover a broad areas like contract law, companies regulations, intellectual property, data protection, labor regulation. I would like to stop a little bit here also about the government or public services, because it's not only about the regulations. Enterprise Uzbekistan will also create very conducive environment for the businesses from the perspective of ease of doing business. So some of the government services will be delivered within the center. Some of the services which can't be delivered within the center will be facilitated by the center to make the business easier for the residents. So if we conclude and look at all this from the perspective of potential residents, what are the benefits that they will gain and how Enterprise Uzbekistan will attract them, right? So the first one is the vibrant ecosystem. We believe that by creating such an ecosystem, the residents will have access to a vibrant, collaborative ecosystem. Of course, when they have access to state-of-the-art infrastructure, regulatory framework that is more enabling, flexible, predictive, tax and customs advantages, ease of doing business I mentioned, human capital. We know that IT companies sometimes face the challenge of attracting human capital, and here we go. We have Uzbekistan with huge young population, ambitious and capable of engaging into this ecosystem. Of course, export opportunities. There will be dedicated team in the administration of Enterprise Uzbekistan that will unlock the markets for the residents and do coordinated efforts for reaching out Western European markets and other large markets that will be prioritized. And finally, access to capital. When especially we talk about startup companies, we understand that access to capital is the key to success here. So as you see, there is a long journey to go ahead. And I would like just to use this opportunity to congratulate our colleagues at IT Park with this initiative, the government of Uzbekistan, and wish success with this transformative and beautiful initiative. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Arthur, for sharing with us what is awaiting Uzbekistan in the future. Now, as we move on to our lineup of international founders, they will speak about their experience in Uzbekistan. We have today 3 speakers from Middle East, Europe, and North America. And our first speaker from that lineup brings us over a decade of leadership experience in Bahrain, UAE, and Saudi Arabia. His entrepreneurial spirit and deep regional network make him a well-known voice among the fintech and business growth community of Middle East. Please welcome the Chief Commercial Officer at Expense, Zain Ansari.
Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So a little bit about myself. My name is Zain Ansari, and I'm the Chief Commercial Officer and co-founder of Expense. Since 2018, I've had the privilege of building this company that's transforming financial payments for the SMEs. I've raised over $100 million in tech and traditional businesses, and I have been specialized in identifying opportunities and building new markets and teams to drive growth. So what does Expense do? One slide changing. So Expense is a complete business financial super app, redefining FinOps in Middle East and North Africa. So we've just started in Uzbekistan, become IT Park members, and we're extremely happy and proud of taking a step into Central Asia. For us, Uzbekistan is the launch pad to Central Asia and the rest of the world. So we've started out of MENA, come over here, and looking at the markets, Uzbekistan seems like the place to be. We've been growing our company rapidly. Over the last year, we've had 2 times growth in our GTV, our transactional volume, and we're successfully launched and live in 3 markets, and Uzbekistan is number 4. We have 27 employees that are all focused in development, and now we are planning to increase that to 50 using our IT Park membership and setting up our kitchen over here. So what do? We power financial operations, SMEs, end to end. So basically what we're doing is we're setting up all the financial needs that a company would need. So you have your expense management, fuel cards, payroll cards, whatever you would like as a founder, as a business owner to have in your bank account on one application. You can issue an invoice to your customers, you can issue payment links, we have soft POS, we have online stores, and then we got into banking services. So we can create your wallet, virtual IBANs, we have remittance businesses, and open banking. So next, when you're a business and you have all your financial activities under one application, what do we want after that? We want lending. So now in Expense, we've built a BNPL model, we built credit card models, we built receivables and financing. So you have an invoice, we'll discount your invoices. What does a business need? We are putting it all under one umbrella. So why Uzbekistan? I mean, we've heard from our colleagues that have been speaking. There are lots of good reasons to come to Uzbekistan, but what do we see? On a personal note, it's the annual growth, 6.5% GDP growth year on year. In the payments market alone, digital payment market size is just under $100 billion today. And the contribution of that, 55% are SMEs, which is the market that Expense is catering to today. It's a very business-friendly environment. We look at cost and quality of talent, and talent is second to none in this country. We have to thank IT Park for the amazing job they've done on qualifying developers, bringing out the talent that the rest of the world need to see that belongs and lives in Uzbekistan. So the future is bright. As we all know, everyone is over here starting up their businesses, joining IT Park, joining Uzbekistan and being part of the culture and the businesses around. So our focus today is e-commerce, FMCG, and the logistics sectors. So we're catering to these particular sectors because this is where we see the most growth today in the market. What are we doing next while we are in Uzbekistan? We are localizing our product. So every country has something special about them. And over here, we've seen that we need a few more touches to come and be part of this market. And that's what we're working on. So we're doing strategic partnerships today with local players. And I'd like to announce that as soon as we became members of IT Park, we signed our first agreement with a bank in Uzbekistan. This all happened within 90 days, just so that you guys know. You know, I heard one of the IT Park members saying it takes 3 days to set up a company. My personal experience, it took 6 hours. We set up our company in 6 hours. Within 30 days, I'd met 7 banks. From the 7 banks, I had 2 agreements on the table, and I signed with 1. So, you know, Hayat Bank was the fastest bank to move on this. This doesn't happen everywhere. We are operating in more than 1 country, so this was a very unique experience. Uzbekistan is a rare frontier when rapid digitalization, strong demand, and government support converge. And that doesn't happen a lot. 3 things that make anybody want to come into a market: good government, great SMEs, and support from the local authorities. So it is a very, very exciting market for Expense, and we are super, super happy to see our startup scale in Central Asia and from Uzbekistan. I'd like to thank everybody that has helped us on this journey. IT Park, the Ministry of Digital Transformation. We've had unbelievable support. And just for different founders out here, just to say this, you come into a country, IT Park members meet you at the airport, take you to IT Park, set up your company in one-stop shop. I mean, There's nowhere that I have seen this happen. I set up my company, I got a bank account, I left the hotel at 7:30 in the morning, set up my company, got a bank account, and I was back at the hotel for lunch at 2:30 p.m. I don't know anywhere in the world that I've seen something like that happen. So what I'd like to say to future leaders, to entrepreneurs that are sitting over here today, Uzbekistan is the place to start your business. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Zain, and we hope to see a lot of success for Expense in the future. Now, we move on to our next speaker, bringing over 5 years of outsourcing experience. He helps the companies from North America, Australia, and Europe in building their first global teams. His expertise is on connecting the SMEs with top international talent. Please welcome the co-founder and CEO of Ruby Talent Solutions, Jose de Soto Garcia.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon to everyone. My name is Jose de Soto Garcia and I'm the founder of Ruby Talent Solutions. We're based in North America, but we established our office in Uzbekistan in the end of June of this year, where we got invited by Ismailan to attend a conference by the United Nations, which was a very good event that gave us a good introduction to the country in Samarkand. So what we do at Ruby Talent Solutions is we are a boutique BPO that helps small and medium-sized enterprises, not just in North America, but we also help them in Europe and the UK. And our approach is different to the way that we handle the BPO process. Most BPOs are pretty much very similar. Sometimes they feel a little bit cold, rushed, and only focus on cost savings. Here at Ruby, we're trying to change that. Our approach is simple. We personalize the process, nurture the talent, and deliver consistent and quality results. That is how we turn international clients into long-term partners and local hires into thriving professionals with good career growth plans. We chose Uzbekistan for many reasons. The biggest reason why we chose Uzbekistan is that this country is young and full of potential. With a median age of under 30 years old, the workforce here is tech-savvy, multilingual, and eager to contribute on a global stage. For our clients, that means their team in Uzbekistan can naturally collaborate during their working hours in North America, the UK, and Europe, minimizing the burnout of overnight shifts. And thanks to the ecosystem here, especially the support of the IT Park team, Uzbekistan is not just a place to do business. It's a place to thrive and grow together. And just sharing our experience of building our company in Uzbekistan, like the previous founder said, it took us roughly 6 to 7 hours on a weekday to get all the process done, and less than 5 days to set up our bank account and get the process started. So in terms of doing business, it was much quicker than even in the US. The advantage of partnering with us, Ruby Talent Solutions, is that we believe that outsourcing should feel personal. Every partnership begins with us listening to our clients' needs and helping them and guiding them towards the best solution. We understand the company's culture, because each company is unique, their workflows and goals. From there, we just don't look for talent. We try to match them with the right individual that will help their company grow. Here is what makes Ruby different. We don't bring team members on board like add-ons. We bring them in as dedicated staff members to the companies that are not split between clients. So one hire, one client. We always understand our team members' goals, and our client partnerships are built on trust, not just on a single transaction. Whether your business is in professional services, e-commerce, logistics, and other sectors, we are here to connect you with top talent that doesn't just hit KPIs or are an employee ID, a number on a spreadsheet, but an individual that is fully committed to your organization and your company's growth trajectory. That is the Ruby difference. I am proud to say that we are the best at what we do in the current industry, and we're glad, and if you are interested, feel free to connect with us so you can learn more on how Ruby Talent Solutions can help you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose, and I hope you continue growing your team in Uzbekistan. Speaking of teams, our next speaker brings us over 20 years of outstaffing, recruitment, and growing into the new markets. Leading a team of more than 50 consultants and 500 contractors in Central Asia and Caucasus. He will tell you about the talents of Uzbekistan and why they chose to expand here. Please welcome the Managing Director for the Eurasian region at Antal International, Michael Germeshausen.
Thank you, and sorry for stealing your microphone. I just feel more comfortable with the microphone on my head. Welcome everybody again. If anybody wants to meet the team, here we are. If anybody is looking for a job, also scan in the QR code. We'll find you a job in Uzbekistan as well. So the theme today among all the speakers that united us was about recruitment and HR and people. So I'm going to continue this, and I would like to raise your attention again to the great potential that we have on the ground. When we came to Uzbekistan 5 years ago, when I first came here, and we had the first presentation like this, and they were saying, okay, invest in Uzbekistan, open an office. I was wondering, it was 28 years old average age in Uzbekistan. So I asked the minister, what is it? Why is it? 28 is very, very young. Are people dying early, or you're making lots of children? What do you think was his answer? His answer says, well, sometimes we have, very often actually, we have power cuts in Uzbekistan. That's why it's not about dying early, it's about many children. So when we then started establishing the office, and I was interviewing people to work for me as a country manager in Uzbekistan, there was a fantastic lady, Dinara, who wanted to work for us, and she made it to the final round. We flew her to London, and everything was fine. And then in the end, I said, well, I know in Europe I cannot ask this question, but I'll ask it anyway. You're very young, energetic, and developing. Tell me, what are your family plans? You don't have any children yet. In Europe, they would put me in prison for this question. She said, well, in Uzbekistan, how God gives. Как Бог даст, they said in Russian. So we hired her, and after 4 months, God gave the first child. The child should already be on the screen, somewhere at the bottom. And you can see here, there is an enormous amount of young people in this country, which is coming up through the ranks. I'm from Germany. Our pyramid will look completely different. You'll have a very, very lot of old people and people above 50 and 60. And here you have a great potential coming through the ranks. It creates some additional problems because many of these people are not at the level yet at some of our clients need, but we have an enormous amount of people coming through the ranks. So let me tell you a bit more about what's happening in the market, because we are helping most of the international companies opening up in Uzbekistan. So if anybody wants to work with these guys, wants to be a brand manager, an IT manager, or an accountant for these international companies building plants, opening up offices, you need to talk to us, because we are helping them to find the staff. And we regularly ask them, so what is happening on the ground? And here you can see the data is very, very obvious. Business is growing. Next year will be growing, and they are in a very good business mood. It's startup mood, yeah? It's starting from scratch. Next one, what about hiring? Looking for people. Again, if I compare this to other countries we are operating in as Antal, these numbers look completely different. If you look at Uzbekistan, most of our clients will be hiring staff next year. So again, this has positives and negatives. The negatives or the challenges would be that everybody is looking for the same people. So if you're looking for those people, you got to be quick. Which are the areas that will be growing most? So the biggest requests that we get from companies all over the world, so we usually bill between 20 and 25 different countries that are ordering staff from us. It's sales and marketing. These are the professions of the future. So if you're still thinking what you want to do, I saw a lot of students here, but I also saw that a lot of parents are here, and you're thinking, what my children are going to be? Where is AI probably going to have the least impact? It's about creativity in marketing, and it's about sales and relationship management that is needed in Uzbekistan to be successful. And then how to find jobs in Uzbekistan. Again, if you're looking or if you have people that are looking, these are the sources of talent. But you need to be aware of some of the cultural differences. So the cultural differences I've experienced are many, many, many different ones. It may mean that the candidate actually comes to the interview together with somebody from the family. It may also mean that a good story we had earlier this year, we've placed a chief accountant into a business here in Uzbekistan, and the person was supposed to start on Monday, and the person didn't start on Monday. So we called him, so why are you not starting? And he told us, well, my father told me you shouldn't be working in this company. So we had to get the number of the father, we had to convince the father, and now everything is fine. And so if the person, and the good thing about this, if the person doesn't perform, we call the father. We don't just call the son, we call the father as well. So this is a bit of a cultural difference. I've worked in many countries before that I haven't come before across, which will make or makes your adventure in Uzbekistan much more interesting and challenging. One final or almost final slide is about how quickly people are finding jobs. So usually what happens with my German clients, they come here to Uzbekistan and say, show us the best people. So we show them the 3 best brand managers, say. And they say, well, no, it's not the level we want, go on and looking. I said, no, it's not going to get better. This is what you're going to get, because everybody is looking for the same people. So we look for 6 months, and then they say, well, can we go back now to the first person? And we said no, because after 1 month, 50% of candidates already have found a job, so the person is not available. So if you want to be successful in Uzbekistan, you got to be quick. You got to be quicker than many of the big international companies, many of those European companies which will have 10 rounds of interviews, 5 rounds of interviews, and by the time they make up their mind, the great candidates are already gone. So this is also something I want you to take away from this meeting today. And in general, what will be the challenges? Until together with you all, we are building up the workforce, all the young people on the ground, we will still be facing a shortage of qualified personnel. Because you are not only competing with companies here on the ground, with local companies, international companies on the ground. But the previous speakers were also talking about, they are using the skill of these people to work abroad. So it is already now very common that people are on our payroll and we sell their service to a company in the US, in Europe, and they are doing projects in America. So for example, it may be when you're traveling to the US and you are admitted, I recently interviewed a candidate, when you're admitted into a hospital in New York, the person picking up at the reception will not be somebody from the US, it may be somebody based out of Uzbekistan and doing the job already on an outsourced basis. So what is happening and what the IT Park is driving is, I think, what they call Uzbekistan 2.0 or 3.0, basically meaning that in the past, staff would have moved to Russia, to other countries and worked there and sent money back home. In the modern world, they don't have to go there anymore. We are creating all these jobs and people can stay in the country and actually export their services. So if you want to be part of this, if you're a foreigner and want to be moving to Uzbekistan, make sure you talk to us, because as a member of the IT Park, we pay less taxes, so your income tax will be below 10%. Where do you get this in the world? You don't need a work permit, which is also, try to work in Germany or in other countries in Europe. It takes you half a year to get a work permit. Here you can even work without a work permit if you're a member of the IT Park and work through us. So these were some of the thoughts I wanted to give you. Let me know if you have any questions, scan on, and we'll have a chat because we have a lot of vacancies we cannot fill, and we need good candidates. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael, for choosing us and for helping the founders grow their teams in Uzbekistan. Now, we move on to our final speaker, who brings us over 20 years experience in shared services and outsourcing, having held leadership positions in the Middle East, North America, and Europe. Please welcome the person who now is the advisor to CEO of IT Park Uzbekistan. Please welcome Ahmet Abules.
Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here, esteemed guests. It's an honor to be here today and to give you a glimpse of part of my responsibilities within IT Park. I currently serve as advisor to the CEO, and also I manage the talent acquisition department internally within IT Park. I'm going to try and do and compete with Sultan a bit. I know he did a great job and he went over some of the numbers, but I will go over them again and give you a glimpse of what we do every day. Of course, 38 million people in Uzbekistan, 65% under the age of 35. So you have a very young, vibrant, energetic population of people, highly skilled in different languages. And I'm a person that has been traveling all over Uzbekistan to the different regions, meeting with different university heads and different deans, meeting different people and students that have graduated and people who are still going to graduate. And it amazes me to see the level of fluency that they have. So from the English, from the French, from the Spanish, from the German, from the Korean, from the Japanese, it's highly, highly a great place to be for businesses that want to open, regardless be it ITES or in the BPO industry. I'm really thrilled about the competency and the level of education. I manage one of the teams within IT Park, the talent acquisition team. I have a great team behind me, and currently we have about 600, almost 600 open positions that we're hiring for today. So it's a mix between IT companies, machine learning, BPO, logistics, and many others. And the feedback that I get from a lot of different clients is that the skill is here, the language capability is here, people have the drive, have the momentum, and have the kind of will to succeed. And what I love about Uzbekistan and my time being here, I'm originally from New York City and born and raised, and I've moved to Uzbekistan now for the past almost a year. It's been an amazing experience. The people are so hospitable. The people are family oriented. The people have the will to strive to be great. And people are just want to be successful. So they're family oriented. They lead healthy lifestyles. And they want to be the best and have a great future. And this is something that really amazes me. And I've worked across the different parts of the world, in Europe, in the US, in the Middle East. And by far, I find Uzbekistan is one of the greatest places to be. And I'm very proud to be a member of IT Park and serve as the advisor to the CEO and help this momentum and this drive become something better. As you can see on the screen, there's a lot of different language capabilities. So I welcome all of the companies that are wanting to open up businesses with regards to language capability or with high level of fluency. Uzbekistan is that location. It is a hidden gem of where companies are not now going to be, but where they will be. We have over 3,000 member companies with almost 40,000 plus employees working in those companies today. And the feedback that I get is just amazing. I'm proud to be a part of this endeavor. As you can see, a lot of different international universities as well. So if there was not talent and if there was not skill, these international universities would not be here. And it is a passion and it is a fashion, as Sultan Murad had said, to learn different languages. So people speak 3 and 4 different languages, more than I can say. I wish I could do that, but I didn't have the opportunity to do that in growing up. But I'm just thrilled. I have a great team, and everybody in IT Park is absolutely amazing. They are the creme de la creme of the country. Well-picked, well-versed, well-represented, and under the leadership of the CEO, the chairman, the directors, and the Minister of Digital Technologies, and of course, the President of the Republic, which has done a huge endeavor to invest in education, infrastructure, and to better the country. Is just amazing. The executive team is all over the world. One day they're in America, one day they're in Europe, one day in the Middle East, one day they're in all over the world. It's just amazing, the energy and the momentum that they have. If you can see on the screen, there are some positions that we have on the bottom, just to give you a taste and feel of the annual salaries that we would have and what they range from. So you have from junior, middle, and senior software engineers, and also you have on the right side the BPO part, which is customer service, back office, and email handling as well. So you have a variety of different positions. We're very competitive to other countries, and we are by far not saturated like the other countries. So you will find the skill, you will find the people, you will find the drive. And what better do you want in people? You want family-oriented people who have the drive, people who have success and want to be better. So this is the perfect employees that you want to hire for your business. Moving on, of course, there's a lot of different, so living here for a year, I've seen a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of different nationalities, many different companies from around the world. I go out, it's super safe. Whatever day or time of the year or night or day that I go out, it's amazing. It's a very clean country, as you can see as well. A lot of different religious confessions as well, so you have a mix of a variety of people from foreigners and different backgrounds. The food is absolutely amazing, and I don't think that does me any justice because I was planning to be fit like everybody else, but the food is so great, and I think I need to work on that part a little better on myself, so I need to do that. With regards to equality, there's an increasing amount of female positions that are in the country, within the parliament, within organizations, and it's growing and growing year over year. And also, the government encourages PhD and master's degrees for females, and they give that and they offer that for free, which is great. I don't think a lot of countries do that. There may be a couple, or I never heard of any, to be honest, but Uzbekistan is by far creating an environment that is filled with equality. I've been around the country. I've been to different regions. I've visited different universities, private, public, international, and again, amazed by the leadership of these universities, the initiatives of the government, and what everybody's doing. And you can see that we've put together a kind of capability in each region of what languages we can get. where we can get them from. And we're talking about C1 level, C2 level, B2 level, B1 level, et cetera, et cetera. So you have the choice of what you want. If you want a mix of different language fluencies, my team will be able to do it. The backing of the government and the department or the Ministry of Education, let me say, is very keen on developing the language capabilities. And again, a lot of people within the country endeavor to learn different languages, and they do that. And today we're able to tell you throughout our function that we're able to get X amount of people within 30, 60, 90 days, for example. We can ramp you up in different languages, different capabilities as well, and we have a great team behind us. Other than that, I will close it off with that. I'd like to thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for coming to Uzbekistan and being a part of ICT Week 2025. I'd like to thank the leadership and also the organizers, the directors of IT Park, and everybody who is associated with it. Thank you very much and welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and that was our final speaker. Now, I would like to share with you some exciting news. As IT Park Uzbekistan, we are trying to stay on international standards. Since we right now unite the founders of 800 companies from over 60 countries, we decided that we want to also be an internationally standardized organization. And this time around, this month exactly, IT Park Uzbekistan achieved a new milestone, our third international certificate, this time ICO on Information Security Management System. And in partnership with CERT International, our employees went through a huge training program, and now we are certified. I would like to welcome the director of CERT International, Riyad Ibragimov.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor for me to present here at this international conference. And I would like to confirm that really IT Park is a leading organization in Uzbekistan that already implemented 2 standards in the previous time. It was ISO 9001 related to the quality management system that confirmed that the organization, IT Park, organized in the quality manner all their processes. Also, before was certificate for ISO 37001 for anti-bribery management system. That is also very important to show to all the world, to all participants, to all residents that IT Park try and do everything to control their risk that has connection with bribery, with corruption. In this regard, they are trying to do everything to do against corruption in the system of IT and develop the sector in this positive manner. But today we will discuss about one more certificate. In fact, all these activities that related to international management standard, I would like to underline that Ministry Shermatov Sherzod Khatamovich support these activities because it is very important to show to everyone that IT direction is free of any negative and always control the risk. Also, I would like to say that the department, compliance department, Mr. Ibragimov Adabek also tried to spend a lot of efforts to introduce new standard, exactly ISO 27001. They spent about half year, 6 months to implement requirements of the standard. Let's say it's enough big time to introduce the standard. In this regards, they identify all risk for for safety system, identify all risks to reduce leakage of information, and of course it is very important. I would like also to say that it is not the end of implementation of the national standard, and I know that the director of IT Park also interested in other standards. For example, we already discussing the question about ISO 50001, it is regarding energy effectiveness. Also, we discussed about ISO 45001, it is a standard regarding health and safety of residents, of IT companies that also belong to IT Park. It also means that we like to develop, they would like to care about coders who are working for all the system. But today, it's amazing day that confirms that IT Park, let's say the first company, government company, first company that fulfill requirements of ISO 27001, and I would like to present this certificate to representative of IT Park. If you don't mind, I will show you to everyone.
Now, please welcome the CEO of IT Park Uzbekistan, Abdullahat Kuchkarov.
Thank you very much for support such approaches in safety, security, and inequality.
Let's take a picture. Thank you, Riyad. Thank you, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here. Today, I don't want to say it's like a closing something. Today we opened. We've opened a week of opportunities. As mentioned before, it's more than 800 foreign guests for our event today. Just unfortunately, only 10-15 people here now, percent of people. And but for this week, more than 20-25 events is already waiting for you. Please attend, from the IT to BPO, from game developing to venture investments. And you may find a good partner in Uzbekistan. You may find a good employee in Uzbekistan. You may find a good employer in Uzbekistan. Everything is possible. And everything is in your hand, and everything is happened due to support and bold vision, His Excellency, Mr. Shavkat Mirziyoyev, and our government and our minister, Mr. Sherzod Shermatov, which supported to us. And I think it's just beginning, and let's turn our meetings, let's turn our conversations to the new companies, to the new employees in Uzbekistan who will work for you, and let's start a business together, and we'll support you on each stages. Thank you very much again, and see you later on other events. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. And on this stage, we end today's conference. Thank you very much again for coming here, and we are looking forward to seeing you as members of IT Park Uzbekistan in the future. Right now, you can enjoy your time in the expo, exploring the booths, and we will ask you to come outside of the expo center at 2:30 for the start of our site visits to explore the local companies and get to know how the offices in Uzbekistan operate. We will wait for you outside of the expo center at 2:30 for the site visits. Thank you very much and enjoy your time.
Эй, раз, два, три. Три. 4, 5, 6,